What should I do if I feel I'm under psychic attack?
Psychic attack is a very important thing to look at because so many people feel inundated, overwhelmed, and really under the gun as if something is quite literally attacking them or someone is attacking them. And not to say that this isn't so, but we really have to understand the fundamental nature or the magical properties of thought, meaning that we live in an optical universe where we think the world of form we can count on because it's what we see, what we know. If something is thrown up in the air, we know it will come down. We know we need keys for our car. So in other words, there are very tangible things, and the brain thinks about these tangible qualities. But we live in an energetic sea, as a matter of fact, an energetic ocean. And if we look at Einstein, said it best, he said, reality is thought slowed down to a rate where we can perceive it. So essentially, Einstein's telling us that we are thought forms. And when we understand that we are thought forms, it also helps us understand what Buddha said when he said, you are not your thoughts, you are what thinks. So many of the traditions have tried to bring us into the sense of you are not your thoughts, you are that which navigates your thoughts. And oftentimes what feels like a psychic attack are energies that you would say like walking out into a lightning storm are quite true, quite real, but oftentimes like a lightning storm, we would not anthropomorphize it and say, oh, someone sent the lightning against me. We would say, no, it's natural. It's a force I have to contend with. And this is maybe the first principle in understanding psychic attack, is not to assume that it's coming from a particular place, person, or thing, but actually to begin to, like a sea captain navigating a squall coming toward you, to begin to regroup within yourself, to begin to ask, is this something that's on board with me, or is it something I'm looking at on the horizon and assuming and making it far more worrisome than it needs to be, and therefore I'm bringing it on board? And this is a question only we can answer, which is why psychic attack is essentially what is going on in terms of so much media, so much of these short messages, because it makes it very hard to concentrate. And the more fragmented your psyche becomes, the more open, in a sense, the more vulnerable it is, and it seeks, like all organisms, to create coherence, but it's actually open to a lot of holes because of this taking in things very quickly, but not really digesting them, not in a way bringing them into the first person, but just like, almost like it's an infant distracted by baubles, going after one bauble or the next, going after one firestorm, one anger, one enemy or the next. But this is the illusion, essentially. And these are the magical properties of mind that say, the first key, know what to pay attention to. Second key, you are in charge of your reality. Third key, there is no influence over your reality except that which you allow. Meaning, like a captain on a boat, yes, the ocean is there, yes, the logs and things that can damage your vessel are there, but you are given the one key, which is to navigate those obstacles. So my suggestion is really, again, to utilize mental martial arts, to sheathe the sword like a samurai, like a bushido. Do not engage in, this is attack against me by them, because you will give your energy to whatever them is. Say, I feel this. Let me regroup into myself like an ancient tree. Let me go into my roots. Let me draw up the truth that I am the first person experience of this world and this reality, and I will not be afraid of the outer circumstances. And so like a sea captain, you're pulling back into your vessel and saying, yes, this vessel can be drowned. It can be undone by the ocean. But I've learned over a long journey to trust the ocean and to disengage my fear that someone is against me when a storm arises on the horizon, and to deal with the storm. And if someone's behind it, guess what? When the storm is dealt with, that person will be undone by the storm they sent you, because you did not feed it with your fear. You didn't engage it with your reaction. You utilized your energy to say, I am, I stand strong. What you think is yours, but I do not accept it as mine. So this is what we understand about a curse as well. Return it to the individual. You can say mentally, I return this curse to you unopened. And this, of course, we know from the old days of what you give will be returned to you tenfold. So an unopened curse, returned unopened, Stand strong in your treatise and return the curse. Just don't open it. Don't accept the gift. Thanks.